This is more than fashion, it's a movement. Origins. The Guyana Fashion Festival brings over 40 local designers together for the first time, showcasing bold style shaped by our history, culture, and land. From runway to workshops, it's a space to grow, connect, and create, where Guyana steps onto the global fashion map. Origins is here, and it starts with you.
Girlfriend, you hotter than the soup when you're bubbling. Turning me on in this struggling. Finding sweet, sweet when the back arch and the pump up bubbling. Put it on me, sweeter than honey and you rise it up so fine from the stiffness. Indulge in the sweetness. You girl, wine for me. Praise girl, bounce on the bamboo, yeah. You girl, spread them legs and balance on me. You girl, grind and me. Tick tock, take time for me. We never come down same time. You are wine for me, wine for me. You girl, tick tock, tick a tock like the clock. Take time when you're winding the body up. Looking at the video lens, just work and bubble up. Jiggle like jello in a bowl. Make the big spender spend the bill foul.
Hi, pleasant good day. Welcome down to Mel-V's Creations and Decor. Welcoming down to the first installation of Chit-Chat with Mel-V's. And you know, when we have Chit-Chat with Mel-V's, you know we chat about topical issues affecting the core of the nation and the core of the world. And who better to chit-chat with than somebody who has been there in times when things were not of the best. We have none other than the wonderful, the great, the amazing, the fantastic, the fantabulous. And I know I got more adjectives. But let's welcome Mel-V's down to her own program. This is the first installation of Chit-Chat with Mel-V's. And today we're about to talk about some topics that really affects the brain. And, you know, topics that have been around forever. But, you know, these topical issues affect us in ways that, you know, we cannot describe at times. And sometimes we need someone who is in the zone or has been there or has experienced it to give us a little chit-chat. So I welcome Mel-V's down to this show, the Virgin show, which we call Chit-Chat with Mel-V's. And look at Mel-V's ready to chit-chat with you guys. So let's get the ball rolling. Mel-V's, I'm going to ask you a question. You know, let's say I'm a young boy. I have been through so much. I had an abusive stepfather. And, you know, he was so abusive to me at times that even at a big age, an age of like, I'm now 25. And at this 10 to 25 age, I'm still thinking about the lashes, about the scars, about the times when I was beaten. How do I get over that? So welcome down, Mel-V's. Welcome down and tell me how to get about, you know, coping with such from your experience and from where your vantage point. Let's get your input.
Good day. Once more, I say thanks to the Almighty God and for another day. And my point of view, I would give is that a lot of us don't know about Father. We pray, we ask Father for help, and we wait. But sometimes the waiting is be so hard that we give up. Now, how must I say it? That young man is not himself. He would keep repeating it over and over in his mind because that was a scar. You don't know if he has scars on his back, but I know he's carrying scars inside.
Yes.
He needs help. He needs help. His mental is not right. He could get a breakdown. You can't even be with a young lady and love a young lady because he thinks that licks is a better way to deal with that. Because that's where I find a lot of men now beating women because of what they come
Exactly.
from. It's like an example in beating a woman really quick. I talk to you and you listen to me, blind. I'm not a blind.
You think it's because of some of the trauma scars left there that you think that's the way of life, that's the way to deal with all issues?
This, yeah, I see it like that, yes. The other thing, so parents beat children and talk things into their life, prophesying things over their life. Beat them. You're going to be a good man. Beat them. And you're going to be a good woman. And you program it into the child head. Now you might be beating the mother, and the mother don't know what to do. She lost herself. She's in it. She can't move. She can't do better. Because she tells herself that is it. It's the only outlet.
So it could be a domino effect, whereas that affects even the children coming after, generational
Yes,
wise.
generational something. Because when he get his children out, he's going to do the same thing to his children. Then his children are going to do the same thing. So you need to, first of all, examine yourself as a young man or a young woman. And try and get help for yourself. Sometimes it's hard. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I was there to the lowest. And keep praying. But Father, bring me up to a level that I think that church is the only way. But no, you gotta examine yourself. You gotta love yourself first. First love you. Then you can love your children, and then you can love any man.
Exactly. And that's for the young ladies too also, because this is not unique to young men alone, but it's also young ladies that are expecting. And the spill off of it, you see a lot of women being, murdered.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that happening. And not only in Guyana, but further field, we talk about the region and worldwide, exactly. And I think you have a point by saying that could be the genesis of where this trauma leads on to further trauma. So a troubled person continues to put trouble upon everybody that they meet, because they believe that that's the only way. It's like if also a person is trained up in a calm background and love is around, they think that that's the way that the whole world is. But then when they get out there, they see a lot of traumatic events that also troubles them. So it's this vice versa. Yeah, that's serious.
It's really serious out there. And a lot of people, a lot of males and females are going through things that they think that this is the last, they can't make it. Some committing suicide, good-looking girls committing suicide. Ooh, suicide. I don't know if they're going to touch on that point.
Yeah, you explained to me that you want to tackle that like on a singular matter, like, you don't want to mix it with what you're trying to bring home here today.
Suicide is something else.
Yeah, so you believe these are some of the building blocks that leads to suicide?
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it is, because you're looking for love. That poor man, that poor woman. We all need love. Love. Up to this morning, I put it on my page. Love. Love is positive, not negative. You understand? Love. If you give a child love, they will give you love. If a husband breathes love into his wife is going to give him back love and give the children love. If the husband gives his children love, the children are going to give him back love and respect. And also go out in the world and be loved. Even though there's negative things in the world, he's going to see it from a point of view where, look, this is where I come from, love, and I'm going to always end up in love.
Love.
Because when you speak about love, you draw love into your aura. When you prophesy negative things, you're going to draw negative things.
And that is real.
That's real stuff we're talking about, because it is bad. And when I see little children, little girls and boys, and sometimes I would see the mother flying up passion and lash them and talk negative things, and the child will come back and say the same thing unto other friends.
Yes.
Now the child saying exactly what they heard go on in the home. If my father or father turned and said, I would kill you, skin your life. He can go out into the world and tell his friend, boy, don't worry with me, I shoot you, I skin your life. That's what people used to say, I skin your life, alive.
Yes.
These days, the young men say, like,
yes.
shoot you.
And that's happening so much. I think Mel-V is, Mel, I think that what we really need, as you rightfully say, it starts from the home. It starts from how the households operate. And those who have been through it should try to develop a culture to break this stigma that is hate. And let's try to get the love aspect of things going. I think also schools should have programs where love is taught, and certain behavioral patterns along with life skills are taught also in schools, because schools also play a major role in the development of a youth. So I believe that we should have programs seen to tackle the scourge that is being going on. I think we need some programs. Those who are listening with relevant authorities in this area in our country should take what we're saying and see if it can be worked on, experiment with it. I think it's a cause that is worth experimenting. See if we can implement programs in the schools that teach love and bring that aspect of thing into play. You know. So Melvies, before we go any further, into this, we'd like to take a break to give thanks to the sponsors, to those who make it happen here. We like to say first and foremost, thank you to Midas Touch Mysterious Health and Wellness. We like to take this time out to say thank you to Ijomo's Beauty and Skincare, your brand, Mel-V's Creations and Decor, Mel-V's Feel Great Spa. This beautiful program is powered by these giants of businesses. People remember to support them, to keep every show that Exfusion Music, Different Music, The Pulpit brings an ear. Be sure to support these sponsors. Shout outs to Trendy Styles, Daisy. Pleasant good day to you and your beautiful staff down at Daisy's Trendy Styles. Remember, you can get all your trendy clothing at Daisy's Trendy Styles. And this program also is powered by Daisy's Trendy Styles. So continue to support people, support these businesses, and go from strength to strength. So we'll go into the ad break and we'll be right back with more from Mel-V's and on the other side of the break. Stay there.
Belly by you a wine and bubble. Twerk waistline and make the chill bumper jaw juggle. Pink panties a show. Never you turn up one place and just a twerk there. Hips that you twist and bumper that you jerk there. Man loins get your fire. Nature turn up and you a work there. Girl with the stiff titty back kitty. Pack up that Vicky. Toast up, hypno any. Buns up and the place get litty. Yeah. Me love you a wine and a bubble there. Twerk waistline and make the two bumper jaw juggle it. Pink panties a show and the words get the bubble it. When you whine and wobble it, the bumper there cause me trouble it, girl.
Your Massacre, The Limelight, what a beautiful work of art on a beautiful instrumental canvas. I'm about to paint my version on this beautiful instrumental. I'm from Black X, Ayfield Sophia, Georgetown, Guyana, South America. Let's get it. I go by the name of Time Futuristic, by the way. Pen nip the page like a drummer. Ink soak the page, but it hot like the summer. When light pipe these ballpoint sneaker. Can't be patched by the plumber.
This is Let's Get Deep, and it's a card game for couples. Put your phones down for a little while and answer questions through 3 different decks. You start with the icebreaker deck that has some lighter questions. From there, you can start taking cards from the deep deck. These questions go a little further. Finally, the deeper deck gets real, asking all the tough questions. You play until you feel that deeper connection. Now maybe grab some wine and bring this out for your next date night.
Oh my gosh. And when we talk about premium quality work, when it comes to the toes, when it comes to taking care of the feet and the hands, when it comes to getting a spa that is going to make you feel amazing, going to make you feel satisfied, yes, we recommend Mel-V's Feel Great Spa. Make you feel homely, make you feel amazing, make you feel relaxed. It's the spa experience without being in the spa experience with a lot of people bustling, and it's that intimate feeling that you get when you work at Mel-V's, when you go to Mel-V's to get your feet looked after. That is what I'm talking about. We're talking entertainment, we're talking happiness, we're talking this homely feeling, this intimate setting. And as you can see, we take care of our customers, having them feeling all happy and amazing. I am telling you to get down to Mel-V's Creations and Decor and Mel-V's Feel Great Spa. So it's a 2-in-1, it's like a sandwich. Get there, people. Get to Mel-V's Feel Great Spa. Go get your manicure, pedicure, etc.
Welcome back. You're on to Chit-Chat with Mel-V's. We're speaking about love and love and love and love and love. Positive things. Um, it's great being here. My first segment, and I plan on doing a lot more. I hope that you younger folks and big folks and older folks will tune in and listen to Mel-V's Chit-Chat. I know that this program is going to go far, and I'm knowing in my soul that it's going to touch a lot of young people, even older people. You know, it's a blessing to know and know and know and know your heart. You're free. You know, you're free.
Yeah,
You know,
freedom is important, isn't it? And why people might be saying, what Mel-V's really talking about? Not knowing that with all of this, these accomplishments under her belt, that she has been through so much in various aspects. She's witnessed a lot, that those that she has not been through personally. She has come in contact with people who've been through so much, and she's had the privilege of counseling in her own way, counseling people through situations that may have been terrible. So Mel-V's is one of those ambassadors, one of those fighters on the ground that is really looking into the reality of making youths empowered through, counseling, through direction. She's more of a mentor. So this mentorship via this program, Chit Chat with Mel-V's, will bring home to you the youths listening in, how to navigate certain situations that may give you a hard time to navigate within life. And I present to you Mel-V's. She is the one that's going to give you some ideas that would shock you, some ideas would relate to your everyday life. So yeah, Mel-V's, let me let you continue. It's your show. Star for me, my dear.
Yeah, I'm getting to another point that is running through my head now. Now, in the greatness of having a child, it was told to me, getting to the other point, there's so much more y'all gonna know about me. Now, the first shaping of that child, moms, is in your womb. Try to keep yourself away from negative things. It might be hard, things might be hard, but you gotta remember, and when a child comes forth, it's what you think about in your womb and what you feel inside. That child is gonna grow up and think, I feel sad. So until you got a child, or for all the rest, they're feeling sad and lost and depressed. You got to keep pushing them. Because why? At the time, sometime in your pregnancy, you're going to a state where you say, nothing good not to come out of that. And sometimes how the child was created too. That got a lot.
Conception, you think it's a major part that leads to some of the scrape heads and the done stugs out there.
Yes, it's something that I believe in, and another wise person, and also another friend of mine that we were chatting about. She knows her name. We talk about it too.
Is it Crystal Singh you're speaking about there?
I'm speaking about my Crystal Singh, And
Shout out to Crystal Singh, by the way, listening. I know she's going to be listening and looking.
and she loves to share.
All her sisters, Sasha, all of y'all.
Anyway, it's been great. I have been shy. I have friends in my corner that keep pushing me and telling me, Mel-V, you can do this. I'm not too much. I'm now getting out there with a Facebook page and a lot of stuff.
So people check her out. She's a bit bashful, but one of the nicest people you can meet.
I love creating. I love doing my flowers. That's a way that I use as therapy. I like to bake and cook and create. I love to do my spa. In looking, I like to let people feel good. When I put my positive hands on your feet and my positive energy.
If you notice in the ad just now, you see how she had the customers smiling because she always brings that homely. When you're at Mel-V's Feel Great Spa, not deterring too much away from the topic, but when you are at Mel-V's Feel Great Spa, all of your stress just go. She is the stress reliever, the human stress reliever. When she gives you a facial, when she gives you a manicure, pedicure, you feel like you are in cloud 9. And this is no exaggeration. People, she is a human stress reliever. So, just like how you see her talking here, as bubbly as she is, that is Mel-V's. That is the real person that you're seeing there. There's no addition, no. She's not a pretensive person. What you see is what you get. This is Mel-V's in a nutshell. So Mel-V's, continue. Don't let me jump in again. I want you to keep, especially the girls,
Yeah, I'm getting to the point now with the girls. I want to say, shout out to my young ladies out there who feels it, who go through it, who feels like the world is on them. Nothing happened, nothing happened in your life. You feel like it's a dark wall that you're facing. You feel like you're something pressing you down, like you're not gonna make it in life. Like nothing you do, you've been treated bad, even the choices that you make. You feel like it's a pattern you keep doing over and over again. Don't do that, my babies. Don't do that. Don't do that, my lovelies. Don't. The minute you start feeling that way, you're gonna magnetize that feeling. Stop it. I know it's hard what I'm telling you to let go of it because I've been through that. I'm feeling rejection and not love, because people will talk. Oh my God, that's people, they will talk. They're going to describe all colors of you, but you got to look deep within you, love what you're doing, and just do it.
Find yourself.
Find you inside of the whole situation. Whatever you're doing, maybe you got a mother that's tormenting you. You got to give her money, you got to do that, you got to do like until another day.
Aye.
You have a father that so kids, right?
Yeah. Since you don't work, you got to come home.
You got to come home and give the money. You can't get to do nothing for yourself. And you want to do so much for your young self, so you choose here now. I'm going to get somebody. And then going out there now to get somebody, end up tying yourself up. There's so much a situation because the war is not what it was when I was hanging out. The war is faster now. So you get yourself in some stuff, young ladies. Don't forget Father.
Exactly.
Don't forget Father Yahweh. He's always a friend. He's always there. Even if you're in an alley, fall down, somebody pelt you in an alley, you get up and ask Father to show you a way. A good Samaritan will come and help you.
Yes.
If you feel that you have a debt in your family and you don't have the money to bury that person, out of the way it's gonna happen. It might sound as stupid as I'm saying it, but it will happen.
Do you think it's a faith-based thing? It's all about how you
Faith.
magnetize maybe your feelings. So whatever you put out in the universe,
Yeah, it will come back to you. You're gonna track it back to you.
and karma is real.
Be good. Try and do a lot of good. Try and be kind to people, talk positive things over their life. And my dear, my lovelies, my guys are there. My. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Father will hear you. He will comfort. He will say, hey, I hear you, my daughter. Right now, I know my God is with me. Every single day. It might look
Aye.
like I am happy. And yes, I am happy. I'm alive. I've been through the
Exactly.
storm and I'm up here. But I worry about my other sisters and brothers, Because I
Exactly.
am seeing it happening rapidly in front of my face. And I can't, you can't go into people business like don't say, hello, you're doing something wrong. I don't like that. They're gonna cuss you out.
Exactly.
But I know that you will listen to me because everything is cell phone now. Everything is a TikTok. Everything is a video or reels. So
Aye.
the time that you take to sit down and watch things out there, you can listen to something positive.
And to build yourself as
and
well.
build you up.
What
Go
would you
out.
say to those young ladies who going through like maybe they trusted a guy and they were intimating the guy, video the entire intimacy and put it on social media? A lot of young ladies are facing that. I know you got a special topic that you can deal with that, but if you have any little tidbit that you can give them to rise above that and to feel feel good about themselves after such an traumatizing incident. Any tidbits that you'd like to add to help them to cope with it?
Okay, my point is like this. Okay, he might have video you. He might take you in a private moment between you guys. So it's like it will do a manly thing, I went here, I do that, I do all of this to her. I could do this, I can do that to her. I blackmailed she. I could go back again, she gotta do this to me because, give me this because I got this video for she. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do nothing. You tell him, share it. You know what he's doing there? Making you famous. He
And
is-
also he's directing his own karma.
Good. Now if he go and share that, what thing gonna happen to him? He got to remember, I'm sure he's going to get children one day. I'm
Yes,
sure that
daughters.
he's going to get a daughter or daughters. I'm sure that he's going to get a son. Would he like for a young lady to video his daughter, video his son,
Yes.
you know, and in a very promising way with raw features, everything showing? No,
Exactly.
that is not good. But all I would tell you, ladies, just be yourself. If you want to, you do it. Do not be afraid of mankind. They hold no power over you. Father is the one that has power over you. I'm saying it again.
So you're saying even in a state where they may have been in some such an encounter, still trust the Almighty,
Still trust
although it might have that effect of them being out
Yeah.
there, all in all the privacy, the royal glory, so to speak. But
Because-
still, there's hope. Not to commit suicide, not to think about, getting rid of yourself. That life goes on and time will pass.
Now think about this. He holding this video with your hand. You can't touch it. See, what you're going to do, you're going to stress. Stress brings on all kinds of sickness. You start beating yourself, you start getting sick. Then they're appearing in front of you, talking this, talking that. Now you may have children. You get sick. Next thing you can't look after your children because you just went to have a little fun.
Yeah.
And they take the fun and turn it the other way.
Yes. Anything you'd like to tell the guys who are doing that though? Any advice you'd like to tell the guys who have done or maybe thinking to do such? Any caution you'd like to send to them?
Guys, don't do that. Don't do that. It will come back to you.
Exactly.
The one you may love one day, because you got to remember, these times that we're going in is not the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and the 2000s. We're going just into 30s. And advanced technology getting more advanced. You would like to do somebody this now. And when you turn around 10 years, 4 years, or how much years down the line, a young sexy girl come with you now, you love her, and she got a little fine camera video taking you. And share
Exactly.
you in a way that you don't forget that you did that to the young lady.
Exactly.
Be careful in how you using young women. It is serious out there. Karma is something else. Be very careful.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
It's not nice to hurt people. Not nice. Yes, some will be handsome, some will be gorgeous, you got it going on, everything going on for me. We could get any guy we want. We got different kind of words they say now.
Aye.
Flaunt it out there, and
Aye.
that kind of thing, like giving it up. I could give you the real thing. Hey,
Aye.
don't think you're the one woman that can do it. They got better and better, and you don't ever think that you're the guy that can rock our bones. They got a better guy and a better, and everything that you can take care of that woman more than any other man. There's a better man in front of her.
And people, this is another message being sent, even in a subliminal way. And that's how Mel-V's do her chit-chats. She always send the subliminal. So you got to keep listening to hear what more she's going to be bringing. It's so many things. And if I would chit-chat with Mel-V's from now till the cow come home, as they say, because there's so many topics to touch on. But you know what? We're going to give you a little bit, and then we can bring the rest. So you whet your appetite a little bit, and then we can bring the rest. So this week's edition, the first installment of Chit-Chat with Mel-V's, has been sponsored by Mel-V's Creations and Decor, Mel-V's Feel Great Spa, and Midas Touch Mishura's Health and Wellness. Guess what? These three businesses merge. And guess what? We just come to you. You understand? So,
Yes,
people
yes,
looking
yes.
for those massages. Let me say, in a little stressful situation and you're stressed, massages really help. Self-care is a way to treat stress. And stress is a killer. So don't sit there suffering and then you stress and say you got Mel-V's with the great hands. You got Midas Touch Mishura's with the great hands to take care of you. So support those businesses that support Mel-V's, that support Chit-Chat with Mel-V's. It has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful first edition, first installment. This is just the beginning, people. So much more to come. Look out for us being in your neighborhood, in your environment. And we are going to be doing some real movers and shakers in terms of things concerning Mel-V's Creations and Decor. Remember, Mel-V's is not just Mel-V's, but she's a philanthropist as well. She's into a lot of youth-oriented things, about to start on a platform that is going to captivate and bring youths in the fold. So all the scraping the head off. Remember that left your brain part in, right? Don't scrape the whole brain out, right? and try to keep a little, remember, a little love goes a long way. Don't scrape off the whole head, right? Scrape the hair off a little bit and the scrape heads. And remember that love is stronger than hate, okay? Scrape heads and done stogs, and so y'all try your best. There is love. Love lives out there. Love is there for all of us. You know, a little bit of everything is good, but too much of nothing and too much of everything is too much, and it's going to poison you. So stop, ease the thing a little bit, man. Young girls looking on, Mel-V's is one of the role models that is going to give you guys a certain amount of understanding into things that puzzle you, things that hurt the head a little bit. Mel-V's is there. So Chit-Chat with Mel-V's has been great. It has been wonderful. Chit-chatting with the lovely, amazing Mel-V's Creations and Decor. Anything you'd like to say to the public, you know, to encourage them to watch the show and and to watch, you know, Exclusion Music, Different Music, Power Pick.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes. Tune in to Exclusion Music, Different Music, the Power Pick. You know, something always coming up with.
Something always popping in the
man
square.
You know, you always got something positive to talk and sing, you know.
Exactly.
When it starts, how it goes.
And
You
you
know,
know-
ladies, ladies are talking, ladies.
She knows the subliminal message that is going through, you know.
You
But
know, yeah.
thank you. It was a pleasure having you on the set. And I look forward to many more installments. So we bless this installment with a blessing.
Amen.
And we look forward to seeing more of Mel-V's and her bringing to the fore different stuff that's going to blow your mind away. We, both myself and Mel-V's, like to say shout outs to Naomi Duncan, one of the young entrepreneurs, a young girl that is going places and doing things with her life, like most young ladies should at this point. Remember, you have your two hands. The Almighty is giving you something that can earn for you. Don't just sit and say, oh my, I give up. Try something. Naomi Duncan is a perfect example of, you know, what it is to try a bit. And with that being said, you're going to see her on the set pretty soon, where Mel-V's will be asking her a few questions, and she'll be relating some of her experiences to you as well on the Chit-Chat with Mel-V. So in order for you to see that, let me go for tuning again next week, right? So another Chit-Chat installation next week, and this is Time X Futuristic, the man with many hats, saying, you know, we love you at this end here. It has been another bombing production. Compliments of Time Compound Visual Arts and Time Compound Productions and Exclusion Music, Different Music, a collaboration with Mel-V's Creations and Decor, the movement. Mel-V's, the movement. This is where we're going to have in the mobilization of the youths and stuff like that. Shout outs to Nico, whichever part of the world he is. Shout out anybody you like to shout out to Mel-V's that you'd like to say hello to as you run this profile and this program.
I just want to say hello to Crystal Singh.
Ah.
I did it, my dear. So I'm sure of her. And to my friends, a few friends that I know about.
Aye, the real ones.
The real friends. They know their name and what they are.
Any other motivator that you think that you should shout out? Anybody that you think gives you that kick? You know? Any outstanding woman? Anybody?
Well, outstanding friend that gives me the kick, Mr. Timex. Himself.
No, she want me to blush. People even see my face behind here. Blushing.
Ladies. This guy, you know, I know how you ladies think. You know, he is one in a million, you know. He doesn't give up on you. He sees certain things in you, he sees good in you, he sees you climbing far, and he push you, even when you're shy. And you ignore it for a minute, and for a few days, and he don't come again. And he gives you this believe in yourself. And
Correct is right.
Always shout him out, my dear friend Timex. The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit.
Thank you so much.
You know, keep doing your music. And your words, when you talk and you rap in your music, whatever, you know, I listen to words. It's things that you've been through. And you don't just rap yourself.
Exactly.
You just talk about things that you've been through. You know, and I listen. That's how I get to know you. Because you wouldn't know the individual like that. You're going to always try to, you know, I want, but he's like that. You got to listen
Thank
to
you
his music
so
to
much.
understand him a little bit more. Even then.
Thank you
I just
so
showed you
much.
how
She is.
I'm doing your work.
Thank you, and
I
so
admire you.
you as well, Mel-V's doing great work in the I should say in the arts, because you are into creations and decor as well, and people she's into also making you feel good. And you know she's going to be teaming up with my research mission result on wellness. So people, you're getting one big package of Santa Claus
Santa
Christmas
Claus.
thing in the middle of the year, right? We like to say shout outs to our loving short piece of friend by the name of Keisha. She knows herself. She's in the hospitality industry. So Keish, why you
Keish.
see this one here? You know,
Yeah.
we love you. And from my family to yours, from our family down here at Exfusion Music, Different
We love
Music, we love you and we look forward to seeing you once more before your TV sets, before your phones, before your big broad your 4K televisions, before whatever device you use to look at us.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you back here on the next installment, and we're gonna let you know when you're coming back again for the next installment of Chit-Chat
with
with
Mel.
Mel-V's. It was a blast. We love you
Yeah.
people. We're out and about. But guess what? We love how you're bad.
Yeah.
Remember, love is stronger than hate. Love conquers hate. Love. That's why we preach over here.
Yeah.
Self-belief. And also remember that there's an almighty, there's somebody that had to create us. Look to him. Look inward and pray and hope and work. We love you.
happen.
Chit-Chat with Mel-V saying, we gone. See y'all next time. We love how you bad.
Bye.